What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 for another video review. Mezco Toys 112 collectible. And if you want to purchase this figure and other Mezco toys, head over to bigbadtoystore.com. Click the link on the description. 1/6 has been really slow with me, lately, and for some reason I'm not interested in some of them, and this really caught my attention. There's really no Wolverine yet that I like, and lately I've noticed this Mezco. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but they're the only ones who offer decent Wolverine. I've seen the one in Sideshow, but it's overpriced. I believe it's around $230, which I really didn't want to pay at that time. But I was like, this would do, and I was pleasantly surprised, not gonna lie to you. I didn't really have the best experience when it comes to Leonidas from Figma, but they don't take up a lot of space. That's the good thing about these figures, and they're pretty nice as well. They use cloth materials as far as their outfit and all that stuff. This is, you see that's the bag where you put his accessories. He has the clawed hands, which are not die cast, by the way. They are rubber, so you could there's, I guess because these are made for kids as well. They do retail for $80. If you head over to Big Bad, the shipping is $4, so it's a third of what a typically a normal Hot Toys would be. So if you ask me, would you want 3 Mezco, if compared to one Hot Toys figure? I guess it depends on the figure. If you are giving me, I don't know, so what's a terrible Hot Toys? Let's just say, Electro's a pretty boring figure too. So let's say Electro, I would choose 3 Mezco. But for the most part, it all depends, honestly. I do love this figure only because Hot Toys does not offer, I guess, a good enough Wolverine. So I am planning to get some of their variations of Wolverine as well. They got the Logan, it's on pre-order right now, and there's an Old Man Logan as well. I did miss the window for the Tiger Stripe Wolverine, the classic comic book character. There's an X-Force Wolverine. I'll put the links down below. But this is nice, and I didn't thought I would like it as much as I did, and I'm planning to get more. It comes with decent amount of accessories. You can see that he got the samurai. I don't follow the comic books anymore, or the cartoons if there's any, but it's my childhood. I'm just basing it off here. So he comes with a second head sculpt, and the base is actually pretty nice. So you can see here, it's not one of those boring template, let's say, kind of like Hot Toys back in the day where it's just black. It does come with different types of stand, and it also comes with this dynamic waist grabber. And the good news is that if you don't want to use that, you see that button right there, you can insert his foot, so just like so you don't have to use that, if you don't want to put him in a dynamic poses and whatnot. So it's really nice for you to get that option. And I hope that Hot Toys would do something similar, so we don't have to worry about those, because sometimes if you are just displaying them in a this is not the most secure way of standing your figure, but if you're in a flat surface, I think this would do. It kind of put a lot of stress on the ankles, but it's clean looking, let's just put it this way. As far as the outfit, obviously you can see some joints in his arms. It does there you go, with some hair as well, but the paint application is pretty good. You can see some distress on his shoulder pads. You can move that around as well. Double jointed elbows, there's some bicep swivel, and you can also see the ball joint on the wrist. The level of details is high quality, not like what you would see in like Marvel Legends and whatnot. It's really fun to have him around, honestly, because you are playing with the I don't play with these toys, but it's fun posing them around. I guess your kids can also play with them. The joints are tight, but it's not too tight, and you don't have this constant fear that somebody's playing around with a $200 collectible. They're still pretty good penny for $80, but again, it's not absurd, let's say, compared to a die-cast Iron Man if somebody uses them. And you know, if my child starts throwing them around, that's almost $350 that they are destroying. With this guy, you know, if somebody destroys them, you know, I don't like the stitching on the back of his costume there. It's a bit too loud. You know, I wish they would have done that on the sides where no one actually can see it. But you know, again, like I said, we are dealing with an $80 figure. This is the difference, because if this was let's say Hasbro or something else, you won't see any stitching. It's not real material. They're just gonna be plastic molded. So those are the difference. With Hot Toys, you know, they would strive for the most accurate representation of the characters possible, but at the same time you're paying for the price for it. You know, the boots are sculpted, you know, but there's joints in the ankle. The head sculpt is pretty good as well. You know, I like the paint application. This is my first Mezco, but you know, I know he's masked, but so far I'm liking the paint application. It's not as terrible as some other companies out there. You know, why does this keep on bobbing there? You know, I use this rotating stand, but I guess, you know, I can't put him on the crotch grabber because he's too short. So I'm kind of just winging it at this point. So I'm sorry for the shaking. And you can see in the back there, you know, overall I like this angry sculpt because he comes with the more relaxed sculpt as well. But I mean, we're talking about Wolverine here, and he should be like always angry. I am gonna get the other Logan, which is, you know, it's kind of like so I can have the unmasked sculpt. You know, I know the Tiger Stripe Wolverine was sold out right away, and now it's going for a lot of money on eBay, which, you know, I wouldn't get into that. I do like Mezco, but I'm not gonna pay a premium just to get. Yeah, I've seen the Punisher as well, because once I discovered Mezco, I started like researching what are the good ones that I want to get. And I saw the Punisher, which was pretty cool. You know, it came with a lot of accessories, second head sculpt and all that stuff. But now it's going for $200, $300, $400 on eBay. I was like, this is crazy, because it's more than a Hot Toys figure. You know, I like them, but I don't like them that much, you know, to pay for that premium. But I'm pretty sure some others will. So if you like a figure, you know, especially these kinds of collectibles, for $80, it's not as terrible as pre-ordering it with Hot Toys, which is like $300, and then you got to put 10%, you know, down payment. You can only, well, I'm pretty sure you can get this to a lot of toy store, but in Big Bad you don't need a NRD. So if you like someone, and for $80, I would just say hit that pre-order button. You know, when the time comes, they would email you first that they are going to process your order, so you have a little bit of window if you need, you know, if you're running into money problems, you can cancel that pre-order and whatnot, so you know, so you don't miss out. But had I known that this is, you know, that Mezco becomes, you know, kind of like Hot Toys esque, kind of like reminds me of Doctor Strange, where he shoot up to like $800. Now it's back to earth because they announced the new Doctor Strange. But yeah, I'm putting them some, you know, this is the use of the dynamic stand, as you can see here, kind of like jumping with the samurai on his back, ready to attack someone. This is kind of more of the classic Wolverine look from the early X-Men. The Tiger Stripe is more of the 90s cartoon, the one that we knew, you know, how Wolverine looked like. I do like this pose though. I do like this costume of his as well. There's an X-Force version which is gray. Not really digging that color scheme for him, so I'm gonna stick with this one, and I'm gonna get Logan. I don't know about the Old Man Logan, you know, I know that's pretty popular in the comic books, but you know, and I might, you know, who am I kidding here? I still might get that. This is him checking out his palm for scratches. You know, he lifts a lot, so now you got some the shoulder pads is movable as well, you know, so if you can move them around with the shoulder. He has some bicep swivel, I think I mentioned that earlier, and also some shoulder swivel, so you can put it in and out, so you know, for some posability here. You know, he got some pretty good range of movement, which I'm not going to showcase here. I mean, you can see all the joints, so you can just make it out, you know, what poses are limited, you know, as far as abs, You can, there's some twist in there, but you know, he does have a belt. But I'm wanted to, I hope they continue doing the X-Men line, you know, and doesn't stop with Wolverine. You know, I wanted like Cyclops. I try to research, and correct me if I'm wrong, put it on the comments down below if they did made Cyclops or Professor X. I didn't see them, you know, while doing some research, but again, it might be on the older ones. So you can see from his leg as well. He got some muscles in there, so some pretty good details in there. So you know, I wasn't expecting it. You know, I thought I was gonna get a figure which all plastic, kind of like Marvel Legends, and I'm just gonna be disappointed. But honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised with this guy. And this, I can guarantee this is not gonna be my last purchase for Mezco. But I would say it would be mostly Wolverine. I am a bit tempted to get their Punisher, the Netflix series. However, I am scared of the head sculpt, that it's not, because I do have the Hot Toys version. So I'm just a little afraid that it will not, I'm sure it won't, you know, I don't expect it to measure up to the paint application of Hot Toys, of course. But I'm just afraid that, you know, it's going to turn me off badly, that I wouldn't want to get another Mezco. But I don't know, I think I'm just going to do the jump there. They don't have any Daredevil announced yet, but I'm sure they, you know, at some point they will. And this is like a jumping post as well, and then after this we'll just wrap this one up. You know, put him up high out there. So and the stand is pretty sturdy, you know, it doesn't move around. It carries the weight of the figure pretty nicely. However, I do, like I mentioned earlier, prefer the black dot, because it just hides, you know, I don't know, even on Hot Toys I'm not a big fan of this dynamic stands. I'd rather just have him standing in a museum pose, but I guess it's a bit different on Hot Toys. I don't really want to post them like this for too long, because I feel like, you know, gonna damage, either it's gonna damage your costume or whatever the case may be. With these guys, you know, that's the beauty. If your figure is not as expensive as under $100, so you can, there's not a whole lot of fear in there, you know. You don't want to like mess it up anyway. But if you're gonna mess up any part of his outfit, I would say it's his kind of like trunks version, because it's made out of pleather, and you can see there's some you know, creases in there because of the post that I put him in. But again, like I mentioned earlier, you know, if it breaks, start flaking, so be it. You know, it is what it is. It's $80, so you know, I've spent $80 on worse things. That's like one trip on a bar. So around here, and then right after this, you know, I'll show you some comparison videos with him and the latest, I believe that's 112 as well, the one that I got with Leonidas, my previous review. Here he goes. Leonidas looks a bit taller than him though, although Wolverine is a pretty short guy. And this is in compared to Enter Bay 1/9 scale James Harden. Of course, he's gonna tower over those two because he is 1/9. However, you know, it kind of my new appreciation for smaller scales, you know, smaller than 1/6, started with Ender Bay figures, because I thought I wasn't gonna like them at all. You can see, you can even watch my previous video saying that I probably won't get them, but now I kind of want to jump over to the 1/9 bandwagon, because it does save a lot of space, and they're pretty nice to pose around. And there you go, guys. That is the my take on the Wolverine for 112 Mezco Toys. I hope this helps you out if you are planning to jump in, because I know most of my reviews are mostly 1/6, but they are nice. You know, I can't speak for every one of their products, but at least this guy right here is nice. So if you're looking for a nice Wolverine on a budget, this might, you know, kind of satisfy your craving for now. So thank you for watching, guys, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. It really motivates me a lot. Follow me on Instagram. Put pictures in there like every once in a while. Before it was every day, now I got busy a little bit. And you know, like my Facebook page, because I kind of like my notification if I upload a new video, or did something on Instagram, you'll see it there right away. So I'm trying to be more active in this social media game, but I gotta step my game up, man. I got a Twitter account that I haven't touched yet, but yeah, once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review, probably Anakin Skywalker next.